12 itself is the number for divine government. That's why there are 12 elders.
Yeah.
Or 12 tribes of Judah.
Do you think that Sherry's belief like that would send her to hell or cause her from being saved?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, because I don't see that as being and this is another point of contention. I think this is not really a salvation issue.
Mm-hmm. So people are
It's
free
just not.
to
It's
disagree.
kind of like the, pardon me?
So people are free to disagree on that issue.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, okay.
Where they're not free to disagree is who Jesus Christ is, what he accomplished, and what our purpose in the church is, which is to know God with all our heart, to love Him and serve Him, and love one another.
Mm-hmm. He also, didn't Jesus say that on Peter he would build his church, not on Paul?
Pardon me?
Didn't Jesus say, I will build my church on Peter, not Paul?
Absolutely.
So perhaps.
But I don't know of anybody that truly preaches that the church is built upon the Pauline scriptures.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I thank you for the call.
Certainly.
All right. All right, everyone. You can call in 1-800-996-9638 if you'd like to make a comment or question about, as our last caller said, the Pauline aspects of the Bible. I take the middle road there and say that the viewpoints expressed on the edge are not necessarily those of the host staff or the sponsors or the affiliates of this radio station. So, hey, and again, there in an interview, there's going to be some truth, and there's going to be some things that may not be so much true. And that's just the way it is. And so hopefully, regardless of whether you agree or disagree with Sherry, who is very tenacious in her beliefs and not afraid to share them at all, there's probably some things that you did agree with. And if you're fair, you probably would say, yeah, there are some things I agree with even Sherry on. I mean, there are some things I agree with her on. So 1-800-996-9638. We have about 5 minutes left, and this host would be saying Sayonara. If you'd like to make a comment or question, or you'd like to email a question to the show, you can do that. This, of course, when you go to the Edge website tomorrow, you'll be able to listen to the entire show by going to the Select Recent Show link on the left side where the on air is flashing. And if you click on that link, you'll see the last 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 shows in their entirety. Let's go to our Newsmaker line. You're on the Edge program.
Hey, Daniel. It's Randy from North Carolina.
Hey, Randy. How's it going out there?
Very well. Hope you guys are doing all right.
Sure.
Call in. The last caller mentioned about the 13th apostle and all this and that. Well, it doesn't say in the book of Acts for the for the appointment of the 12th apostle after Judas died. Doesn't it say something about Ananias taking that slot?
Well, you got me on that one, but that's definitely something worth researching.
Well, there it is. There's the 12th apostle. He's there, and Paul is definitely not an apostle. That's just all there is to it.
Wow.
And, you can substantiate that right through Scripture, and he's just not there. He's not listed, and, those 12 apostles, I mean, think about it. This is the way I put it to folks when I talk to them. And I'm still kind of, Sherry's blown me away on this particular topic, and I've researched it a lot and, looked at it. And I talk to folks this way. Man, think about it this way. If you're sitting by a campfire and you had the opportunity to talk to, those 12 apostles after the Master ascended to heaven, Paul wouldn't be sitting there. If you got a chance to talk to 12 guys after his death, burial, and resurrection, who would you want to talk to?
I don't know. Who?
Those 12 guys, and Paul wouldn't be in that list. I don't know. Just thought I'd kind of, throw that out there, and I'll let you go.
Okay. Well, just before you go there, Randy, when you read the New Testament, do you skip over the Pauline scriptures, or what do you do?
Man, I like everybody else probably, that listens to your show, I have read a lot about Paul, and I probably know more about Paul than anything else, frankly. And it's like, Sherry kind of touches you real quick when you read some of her stuff, and she says, when most of these folks go to these Sunday observant churches, they go in there and they get an hour's worth, if the preacher can talk that long, they get an hour's worth of a service talking about Paul. Mm-hmm. Paul this, Paul that, Paul this. Hardly anybody's teaching anything about the Master. I mean, if you think about it.
Point taken.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I often am.
Okay. Well, point taken, Randy. I appreciate your call.
All right, man. Be good.
All right. Bye. All right. That was Randy from North Carolina there. We have about 2 more minutes of 1-800-996-9638. Yeah, I guess he is right though. When you sit in a church, you do hear a lot about Paul did this and Paul did that. It's kind of interesting. I do like that about the red letters. You know, if you just read the red letters in the book, that'll keep you all safe. All right, I'll tell you what, we're at the end of our program, so appreciate everyone. Wait a minute, I'll squeeze one more call in the final seconds. You're on the edge. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, you're on the edge.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Who am I talking to?
This is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, what's up? Sure.
How you doing?
All right, what's on your mind?
I just wanted to call and say that, about the Pauline doctrine that Sherry was talking about. It's kind of like, like the butcher of Tarsus coming in. It's sort of like Hitler saying, look, I'm cured and I've come to save, the Lord's people. It kind of doesn't make any sense why he would be the 12th apostle or the 13th apostle or any apostle. I just don't get it. We're supposed to believe that now he's saved and he's here to save us. And that's all I really got to say about that.
Okay, well, I'm not sure which side of the issue you coming down on, Kevin.
Paul, I mean, that's like Hitler walking into the church and saying, "Hey, look, I'm saved, and I've come to save you, and teach God's words after butchering Christians."
Oh, got it. I see what you're saying.
After butchering Jews, after butchering everybody, he's the butcher of Tarsus. I mean, what kind of sense does that make? You know what I mean?
So you think that the scriptures are fabricated?
No, I don't think the scriptures are fabricated. I think they're doctored by man, and that's why I go by the words in red.
Yeah, definitely. Words in red.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand why people look at Paul, and here's this guy that he tortured, and he used to persecute Christians. He killed them. He had them killed. He's a Pharisee. To save his own skin, he claimed it.
Well, didn't he say he had an experience on the horse, and God turned his life around?
Yeah, Hitler had some experiences too. He thought he was God.
He had some experiences, and then he pulled some switches, didn't he?
Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know.
It'd be tough for the Jews. It'd be like Hitler going to the Jews and say, "Look, I'm going to be your friend now." Right. They really wouldn't accept that, would they?
No.
Yeah, I see.
But we fall for it again. It just amazes me how gullible we are. I don't know. I just think there's something there that just doesn't set right with you when in your heart. Not in your head, in your heart.
Interesting.
No, I don't know. I just don't believe that Pauline doctrines are scripturally sound.
Okay.
I really don't.
Okay. All right, Kevin.
All right. Hey, great show, Daniel.
All right. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
All right, everybody. That'll wrap it up for the Edge radio broadcast. And you can still send your comments or questions to the show. Just hit the private message to Daniel. We'll see you next week.
You have been listening to The Edge with Daniel Ott. To subscribe to The Edge newsletter, log on to theedgeam.com. That's theedgeam.com, where you can find out more about the guests and topics discussed on the air. The Edge is being brought to you by Internet Solutions, home of affordable website design and low-cost Internet access. Visit Internet Solutions at es4.com. That's es4.com. Until next week for the Edge Radio broadcast, I'm Chris Moore. See you on the Edge.
News on the USA